All right, good morning. We got an exciting package yesterday. Got running boards for the pickup. The little ones are not tall enough to get into the height of the pickup, and they have a pretty cool little technique to get in there, but I'm afraid it's going to ruin the pickup if we leave it at that for too long. So we got running boards. This morning I'm going to install them real quick. Real simple. I'll get underneath and I'll show you the different bolts that are already existing underneath the pickup. Put the hangers, then you set on the tread and cinch it down. You need a 10 millimeter and a 13 millimeter, and that's about it. And look, it comes with a mobile workstation. Cardboard boxes. You can work anywhere on a cardboard box. Put you underneath and we'll check things out. Should be fine. All right, we'll see how good of visibility we have. Yeah, hi, wife. These bolts right here are where the bracket will slide onto as we come along underneath. We don't use those ones, but there's another set down here. So we're gonna grab those brackets. See if I can do this, get it all set up so you can see. Hopefully that doesn't crank your neck too hard. Slides on those two, and the third one. One thing I did already do before I got underneath here, I cleaned off these threads because we have a little bit of dirt, as you can see over here. That dirt also was on these threads. So I just wiped them off real quick just so this was going to be a little bit easier and cleaner and faster. Half finger tight right now so I can put them both up. And then I can move on to the next one. Okay, I got moved over to the other one. We'll set it up. I don't know if you can hear that, but awesome morning to be doing this. We now get rained on. It hasn't rained for a month, and today we're getting sprinkled on. Nice and easy, they're in place. Now, tighten them on down. I think the instructions said it's only 10 foot-pounds of torque. You can read it, but 10 isn't very much. Don't go crazy, you don't want these breaking off. Especially since these bolts we didn't install, that's a manufacturer deal. So, go lightly. Some people would probably say, hey, why don't you use your power tools? Power tool, I'm afraid, would break it off. Just do a time lapse, just to see how long this thing takes me. It's also my standard practice to not tighten everything down, or tighten, I should say, anything all the way down before I have everything mostly run in there. So I don't have a lot of torque on those ones yet. You can tell we're still loose, but they're a lot closer now. Are we there yet? My goodness. Judging by my arm calibration, that's about a 10 foot-pounds right there. Snug, snug, and snug. We'll head to the other one. Oh, thank you, Ford, for putting that line right there. Makes this a whole lot easier. Before she gets tight, put the extension back on. Smile, you're on camera.
Hello.
Wife is coming to make sure I'm doing it right. Typically lets me do all the hard stuff and then comes out when I'm about done.
Yeah, I'm good at that.
So those are tight and we're ready to get it back out of here. The rain's, nope, still there. But we'll get everything set up to put on the board. All right, I set the piece up just to get a feel, if we can get in there right. These holes here have different options for where you're going with this style of clip right here. These allow for you to tighten up against something. Let's see, can I do this without getting you too dizzy? You'll set this over the hole, and it clips on in there. And then the next one lined up here. Let me do this upside down for you. And it clips right into there. I'll take 2 more to the other side. Those do line up to these holes. Set that in there. I might need 2 hands. Ta-da! Those are there. Whoa, sorry, that one got you dizzy, I'm sure. Okay, you can see as I rotate this down, you see that will line up with the hole back there. This one will line up with the hole right there. You set it on down, and from there, I get underneath so I can get out of the rain again. And right up underneath there, as I'm laying in the water, we get to set in the screws. They'll go through the undermount, which is the bracket hole, into that clip that we just set in there. And as you run it up in there, it tightens. Oh man, now it's really coming down. You see that? But this will go up into that clip, and that top part of the clip you can see had threads, receiver threads. So as you tighten up, it'll pinch that clip back down onto putting pressure on this board to keep it there. And this bracket, they'll just work together and pinch together through it. Again, don't tighten this all the way down because our other side isn't all the way set yet. But at least get it so it doesn't move. And we'll run to the other side. And then I got lucky, but I might not always get that lucky. Let's not tighten these bolts up yet. The nuts, sorry, on those bolts until you have this set. I was able to make this one work, but it was really, really close. There is a little play in these slots up here. So before you tighten it down, get this thing loose set on there to make sure that they're gonna line up, because this hole, like I said, I got it to work, but this hole was extremely close to not working. But all you'd have to do is back these off, you know, turn and a half or whatever, just to get it to play, and then slide it whichever direction you want. And for that matter, you do the front and the back. You know that you have 4 different spots here, 3 nuts up here, these 2 bolts. You know, it's just each bracket has 2 different adjustment places to hopefully allow you to line up no problem. But and since that one's tight, we'll run up to the front. There it is. She's tight. I will crawl out from underneath this sopping wet mess, move my mobile workshop floor to the other side, and we can do the other side. We went with an all black to match our black handle and to give it some darkness. But you do have the option going through Ford anyway. I mean, you can get off aftermarket, whatever, anywhere, online, other brands, anything. But you do have an option to have the chrome with the black step. Eventually I want to put a flatbed back there. So we didn't go with the option that runs another step clear back here, so you can, which allows you to get up into the bed a little bit easier. We have it stopping right here. I did read the instructions just to double check that torque. These nuts are a 16 and these are a 10 foot-pounds of torque. And now I guess I could show you, see how oblong that hole is? That gives you that little bit of sway back and forth on there. Well, judging by the looks underneath here, the wife has been having too much fun in the fields running around in the mud. Our bracket will be sitting on some of that, so we got to clean that off a little bit better. Handy dandy dirt scraper. A little bit of play. Set this up. See which holes are gonna line up. Looks like that. This back here. And this one up here. So I'll put in the little clips in those holes that line up and then get underneath and tighten them down. About that. While I'm here, I'll get the nuts in the back. 16. Oh, that one might be 17. There we go. To the other side.
Back the other way?
Are you coming, camera? Okay, we have about 8% battery life. And my arms are about 5% left. I might mess with our torque rating. All right, there you have it. Any questions?